You end up calling me master.
What's up, everybody? It's your girl, Beck Easy.
Hi, everybody. It's your girl, Joanne.
Hey guys, it's Trell and this is
The team.
Welcome to the group chat. Let's get started.
And we have our special guest here for episode 20. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Marci.
Hey, Marci.
Hey. Shout out to Marci for joining us today for our episode Safeword. So, guys, how was your weekend?
I had a pretty good weekend.
Good.
It's kind of we're like in the midst of the weekend right now, but my weekend started with spending some time with a bunch of teenagers
Crazy
for a birthday
16-year-old.
sleepover. So that was my night, and we hung at the mall all day. Which I said to Nell, I'm like, why they at the mall this long?
Right, literally. But you
Like,
remember
what do they
back
do?
in the day, like we used to really
That was the
catch-
thing.
Yeah, catch the bus, have our little $10 for the food court,
and be in the
just-
mall all day. Like, we literally was in the mall all day. But that was my weekend so far.
That's good. And then last weekend we had the Addicted to Black party. Shout out to the Collective Vibe for treating us oh so well. We were lit.
You guys look so sexy for that. I saw
Ow.
the pictures.
Thank you.
you. We had to
Thank
do it up.
you.
We had to do it up with the all black. So it was a good time. But literally after Friday, I like shut down for the whole week. Like if it wasn't work and meetings, like I stayed in the house.
Yeah, I was in the house all week. Sleep. I was
We set
tired,
up with
really
it.
tired this week.
Yeah, we're not set up for that life no more. But shout out to them. And then we had our Thanksgiving Sunday dinner.
Oh yeah, we
That
did.
was fun. The food was amazing.
It was.
Yeah, we had a few impromptu guests.
Right, and then we had craps. Literally,
we played
people was
craps.
on Snap like, "Yo, where you at?" Like, "Oh, I want a
Gambling
plate."
is the new thing.
It is.
Honestly, if it's craps or blackjack,
I'm
we
low
wouldn't
key
want it.
addicted to craps.
But we haven't gone to the casino yet and played.
I'm ready. Hopefully I bring the same energy I be having at home because I be winning.
This is true. This is true. Marci, how was your week or weekend?
Oh, work week is it's been a crazy work week, but this weekend, just relaxing,
Nice.
doing laundry,
See,
cooking for the fam.
Simple.
Simple.
Very
Simple.
simple.
that's a great weekend.
Yeah, it is.
Writing and
Mine
spending
is the
time with
laundry.
you ladies.
Aw.
Yes.
We're
glad you're
Highlight
here.
My weekend.
Ew. Joe, how about you?
I never remember. I'm sure I didn't do anything.
You was
You
working.
be lit.
Like a
That's why you
Yeah.
don't remember.
working
Yeah,
like the
Trell.
Haitian woman you are.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
life.
do you have a line for us? You want to drop that line?
I do. So it's an R&B song.
Oh, nice. Our genre.
So
I still might not get it though.
Right.
no, it honestly it's super simple.
Okay.
Okay. Who am I going to lean on when times get rough? Who am I going to talk to when the sun comes up? Who's going to take your place? There's nobody else. Oh, baby.
I have.
I
the
know
rhythm.
what
Say
it
it again.
is.
Say it again. Do it again.
Who am I going to lean on when times get rough? Who's going to talk to me till the sun comes up? Who's going to take your place? There's nobody else. Oh, baby.
Mariah Carey.
Yeah, that's Mariah
Yeah.
Carey.
I
We
was gonna
belong
finish.
together.
Yeah.
We belong together. Yeah.
Did you
I'm
Google
like,
that?
I know it.
You see me over here typing.
That's the second
Nah,
time.
Just to confirm what I thought it was going to
Well,
be.
I got it. It was Mariah Carey. We belong
job.
together.
Yes. That is funny.
That's
How
right,
you know
too.
I was typing over here.
It's just your aura. You just look like you're doing
She
something
look guilty,
suspicious.
right?
You just look like you cheating. Well, thank you, Joe. For
I
that
appreciate that line.
line. Yeah, more R&B.
Please, thank you.
We'll suggest that. So we're about to start the hot topics of the week.
Okay.
So the first one is Super Scent. You guys have probably seen her on Instagram
Mhm.
for her funny videos. So on Cyber Monday, her Crayon Case Cosmetics line earned $1.2 million in 90 minutes.
Mhm.
That's
Literally
what's
an
up.
hour and a half.
That's what's up.
Over $1 million.
amazing.
Yep, she's from Louisiana. And she's known for her videos. Like I said, the one video that I started knowing her from was when she was talking about how she wanted some dick and she didn't want to call the guy that she might get good dick from. So she called the one that she knew she was going to get good dick from.
That's
And
important.
like, he like blew her away, but then she started crying because he got married or some shit like that. She's funny as hell.
She's
but-
funny.
I don't know if I know who that is, like for real, for real. I don't know if
Yeah.
I've ever seen any of her videos.
She's been around for a while with the funny videos on
Mhm.
Facebook.
And I think she's with that group. Who's she with?
Miracle
All Deaf
Drops.
Media.
Oh,
She's with their group. Like she's been doing videos and stuff with them too.
I've probably seen her and just I'm not connecting the dots right now. What's Miracle Drops?
Miracle Drops.
Kaleidoscope
Miracle Drops is her best friend. And then what's so funny is they just did a huge giveaway at the Superdome in New Orleans.
Wow.
And her friend was like, had her on camera and was like, guess what, girl? We about to give away like all this free stuff. And Super was like, I'm about to be broke. I just bought a house. So in my head, it's like, wow, you just gave all that money away and God just blessed you back double.
Real quick.
Dope.
Real quick.
Yeah, and she basically was saying like, yo, I was the bitch that was cleaning hotel rooms and busting tables. So you can't say that it's not possible. So I'm like, shout out to her. Yeah, that's mad money.
Yeah, she had 15 jobs.
That's ridiculous. I'm not doing that. That's one thing I'm not gonna do. I don't want it that bad.
I don't even want the one.
Not all at once.
No. How old is she?
She's young. She's like around 32. She's pregnant. She just bought a beautiful new house in New Orleans. They're remodeling. She just got engaged.
Yeah, so she lit. Her life is just flourishing. Shout out to her.
Sounds good.
Yeah, so then we have Kareem Hunt. Kansas City Chiefs basically dropped him after a video was released showing him shove a woman in a Cleveland hotel back in February. Yeah. So in February...
this was February, because I saw the video earlier, but I didn't get the whole story.
Yeah, and I guess TMZ decided to release it this week. But when it happened, there were no arrests that were made at the time of the incident. So basically the girl like was woken up on him, whatever the case may be. There was a guy in the middle of them trying to break them up. So he like shoved her. And then she swung at him first, and then he shoved her. She didn't fall or nothing. So you see a bunch of people like trying to remove him from the situation. And then he pushes a guy and the guy pushes into her. And that's how she got on the floor.
But then I saw the video when he came back and kicked her.
But it wasn't no real kick. You a little stupid. But they said there were two police reports, one with him being the suspect and the other one with her being the suspect. So they never said it was fully his fault because she was the aggressor.
Usually when it's domestic, it's always like, both played an equal part, usually.
Yeah, it was.
But
it was crazy.
The Chiefs apparently dropped him ASAP.
I know, and it sucks because it's not even like innocent until proven guilty with the NFL. If there's any negative and it makes the NFL look bad, they cut you. Yeah, like
because it's becoming so common. I'm pretty sure it's been happening for years, but now it's being more vocalized how men are just beating on their girls.
Yeah. I really feel like they need to have a class like when they first get drafted. Like chicks 101, like do not put yourself in this situation
because if you do this is gonna happen.
Ethics.
But my thing is they see it, so like why even?
Yeah.
Because they just think that I'm valuable and I can't be replaced.
So was this girl like connected to him anyway, or this is like a random person?
I don't know if it was.
I
like
heard a little bit of it. I think she was a fan trying to hook up with him, or him trying to hook up with her, or one of the friends hooked up with him, and she was trying. His friend was trying to hook up with her. And she wasn't having it. So she had some words to say, and then
it escalated.
It escalated from
It wasn't
there.
even like something serious.
Right. But she swung at him. Like, keep your hands to yourself.
Yeah.
And female. Like, my mother always said, if you're going to swing on anybody, regardless of who it is,
get ready.
Get prepared to get hit back. Period. So, we'll see what happens with that. I know he, did a formal apology or whatever the case may be, but we'll see.
He probably like, do I even have to apologize? Like, what did I do wrong?
Right. He literally shoved her. It wasn't even like a legit, real altercation.
That's sad.
That's funny.
He actually shoved the guy, so technically.
Yeah. So,
but it was a little kick at the end.
The little kick is what got me.
Oh, that's the assault.
It was the simple kick.
Because he was all the way in the other room, and he came back and was like,
it was a little childish kick.
That's stupid. So then we have Marcus Black from Love and Hip Hop LA. He basically went on social media and said that no real man wants a 100% independent woman. It's cool to be self-sufficient and to handle your business when you need to, but all that I don't need a nigga for shit ain't gonna get you nowhere, because part of the reason men are on this earth is to provide and protect. So go ahead, I'll let y'all go first.
So my thing is just like, no, we don't need you. It's us wanting you. You should want to be in my life because I want you,
right?
Not because I need you.
you.
And what is 100% independent? What is that?
I guess
Well,
when
you know that
like,
attitude, like I don't need nobody. Like I got
I'm all
this.
bad all
I
by
got
myself.
this. Yeah, exactly.
So I mean, I definitely agree with
I
him
get
that
it.
men are supposed to protect and provide.
Mm-hmm.
But how many niggas out here is really protecting and providing
Well, that's probably the problem.
outside of marriage? Even then, in marriage, you see a lot of them not protecting and providing, and the girl is holding it down.
That's true.
And I feel like you can't fault a woman who's been like holding it down for so long. You can't fault her for having that mindset of,
Right.
I got me and
Right.
I don't need you.
It's survival mode.
Right.
It's like you have to have, especially if you have kids, and like if the child's father's not in the life, look, I gotta do what I gotta do.
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean, and it's more like I said before, like we take marital like situations and like rule of thumb and try to put it in situationships and boyfriend and girlfriend. Like,
That's
why
true.
would I completely just like? All right, did any of y'all you seen Widows? Did you see it?
No.
This is about to be a spoiler alert.
First
Y'all
of all,
care?
I'm the one that
Oh,
put
I
y'all
don't care.
on, so don't be like, did y'all see
Did you
Widows?
see
You
it?
seen it? You did
She
see
told
it.
us, she the one that told us we had to go see it.
No, I knew I wanted to see it originally. You're right. So anyway, so even in Widows, all 4 of those women got played by their husbands.
Mm-hmm. Spoiler alert.
Yeah, spoiler alert, FYI.
Oh, she didn't see it.
Oh, sorry. Whatever. One of them was a teacher. When the husband died, she had nothing. They owned nothing. Mind you, these husbands were robbing for millions of dollars. The other one, the store got evicted. I mean, they took all her stuff, whatever, foreclosed it. The other one's getting beat up by the guy. Like, did them completely dirty. So imagine if they weren't who they were to get the job done in the movie.
Right.
They had to do what they had to do.
Right.
But if they was just sitting there, like their lives would have been screwed. Or even like Angela Bassett and Waiting to Exhale. You do all that. You're not independent at all. Your husband is the provider, and then you left with
And now
nothing.
you just
and you
out
burning
here.
up a car with mad clothes.
Exactly. So
Like,
at the end
nah.
of the day, gotta
fend
make
for
sure I'm
yourself.
good.
This is, you do have to fend for yourself, but I think he delivered the message wrong.
Right.
Yeah.
Because honestly, like I read Steve Harvey's book, Think Like a Man, Act Think
So
Like
did
a
I.
Man, or
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah.
So he was basically breaking it down like a man is wired to protect, provide, and blah, blah, blah.
Because it is true. Because when they
Yeah.
feel like they're unneeded, and you
Then
just-
that's when they're going to
just
find
sitting there.
someone that needs them,
them,
which
right.
is totally understandable. We need you or we want you, whatever. But you have to act right. Like,
right. Or if you have a problem where you say, "Look, you making me feel like I'm just a little kid."
yeah, communicate that.
Let a nigga know.
Right.
Because if she
'Cause
doesn't
it
know,
goes
she's
back-
been doing it for so long.
Exactly.
Right.
I was about to say, it goes back to what I said. When you have that, when you're just so used to, I used to have this problem with my ex. Like, I'm used to holding my own door and bringing my own bags in. So my first thought is not, let me stand here and wait for you to grab the bag or you to grab the door. It's like, I'm just going to do it. Like, I'm just trying to get in the car. It's cool.
Right.
You know what I mean? So you got to give a person time to adjust to
Yeah.
the fact that, okay, now I'm in a
Having a
relationship with a
strong
man. This is a strong man who wants to do these things. I have to step back and let him. Like, that's not something that's going to happen overnight.
Because then there are some men that don't hold the door and just are regular. So how do you know that you're one of those guys that actually
Exactly.
do that type
Unless
of
You,
you
you
say
just got to
something.
show it.
Or
Right.
show it. Right,
That's
exactly.
true. And I guess he was, and then at the end, like he really cut me off with this part. Like he's like, then he goes, and if that's the case, you should just F yourself, hit yourself from the back. Like that was unnecessary.
Yeah,
completely
exactly. His
unnecessary.
delivery and this little pettiness
Because
and immaturity.
one, that can happen. You could get off by yourself.
Right.
Absolutely.
Or you can use these niggas, do what you need to do, and then keep it pushing.
Yeah,
So it can always be done. So stop trying to play. Like, no.
Right, because we going to find a way.
Exactly. So those are our hot topics for the week. Trail, you got anybody that you're rooting for?
I am rooting for Ava DuVernay this week. If you don't know, she's an executive producer for Queen Sugar and The Red Line. But she just landed a $100 million deal,
Money.
multi-year, multi-genre contract with Warner Brothers.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. That's
is
big.
It's
That's
huge.
huge.
And I'm rooting for her because she's in a position to put a lot of black faces in front of the camera.
And it's Warner Brothers.
And
it's
it's
not
Warner
even like
Brothers.
Netflix or not
Or
trying to
BET.
downplay it, but it's
But and
big,
she has
yeah.
actually just finished doing a Netflix drama called Central Park 5 or something like that. And she's working on a documentary about Prince. But
Oh,
yeah,
wow.
so
That's gonna be
she
dope.
has basically full creative control to hire whoever, pitch shows to whoever. So I'm shouting her out because
I can't wait to see
I
That's
respect
dope.
the drive.
what the end product would be of
Yeah,
that.
I guess they
And
were
she's
saying
a good producer. So
yeah, I guess they were saying a lot of networks are starting to do sign people to stay on because like Netflix and they have Disney Plus that's about to come out, and I guess Amazon is about to have like Amazon TV, a lot of streaming networks where you don't really even need cable or to watch TV.
I'm already taking advantage of it.
Okay,
right.
with
I don't
Fire
pay
Stick.
for cable. Yep, with the
Ow.
Fire
I
Stick.
love it. Yeah, I haven't had cable in so long.
They have movies up there, right?
Yeah,
And they have their own original series too.
Oh, okay.
that's dope. So
So-
a lot of companies are like, look, we need to hop on the same wave because we ain't gonna make no money.
Right.
So shout out to her. Let's give her a hand clap.
Ava DuVernay, ladies and
She's
gentlemen.
dope. And she got the cake. I had seen a picture of her and I was like, dang.
Well, you know
she
her.
Yeah,
We
she
see
was
her.
at
She
the
was at
title
Tidal.
concert. She
Yeah.
was there talking about prison reform or whatever.
Yeah, she's
So
popping.
yeah, she is popping. I love her.
Yeah. So I have the You Tried It of the week.
Tried it.
And I'm gonna go with Raimundo Atisiano. I think I might have said his last name wrong, but who cares? He's a former Florida police chief who framed many black people. He basically ordered officers to arrest black people for crimes they didn't commit in order to give the impression that his department was solving crimes. And that's what court documents said, via New York Times. He was sentenced to 3 years in jail for the ordeal. Not only was he arrested, but also 3 other officers were arrested as well for their role in the whole mess. So
first, I'm not surprised.
right.
Second, 3 years is not enough because I'm pretty sure he has caused people to be in jail for
Way
longer than that when they didn't deserve it.
I said they should add up all the people's time
Right,
get-
for
and
the
give it to him.
wrongdoing
Yeah.
and give it to him.
Yeah, absolutely.
Honestly, like the time gotta match the crime.
How did they discover?
I think one of the police officers wrote a letter. If I'm not mistaken, and confessed to it. And then he even pleaded guilty.
Well,
So it wasn't like so I'm glad that they caught him. But my thing is, this is not something that is the first.
exactly. I'm not
Probably
surprised. at all.
happens everywhere.
Mm.
And that's just crazy.
It is.
And the penalty is not enough.
It's not like 3 years is like that's, and then it's gonna be like good behavior and all
Right,
this
he might
other
do
stuff.
9
So
months.
Yeah.
it's just
No, if it's federal time, he'll do a year.
Well, I hope
A year and a day.
the inmates must ring him.
Oh, they probably will. He'll probably meet some of his.
they're not gonna put him in gym pop.
They
Oh,
might.
yeah.
They might, but
I mean, they
If
put Bill
he-
Cosby there.
but he a court judge.
But Bill is
They're
different.
gonna be like, right.
They don't care about.
They don't
Bill.
care about him. This
That's
guy
true.
is a white man or
Right.
whatever he is.
Yeah, either
he
white
was
or-
like Spanish,
It sounds Spanish.
I forgot
something,
about
right?
Bill.
but he's a judge, so
Yeah.
they're not gonna put him in gym pop.
He Aggie. So basically, sir, you tried it.
Tried it.
So we hope you have fun for those 3 years. So, Trell, do you have a question that niggas is asking?
Yeah. So the question that niggas been asking this week is, how long is too long? So you guys saw that Kimbella and Joel's got engaged, and it took 10 years to get that engagement.
On his way to
And
jail.
a
by
lot of
then.
people pointed out the fact that it was on the way to jail, and it was after losing his teeth.
Yeah.
After
'Cause he
losing his
looked crazy.
teeth, after cheating, after all this like drama, that 10 years later he finally decided to propose. So guys have been asking, or people have been asking, like, how long is too long? And I feel like for me
That's
personally,
way too long.
that's way too long.
Yeah.
It's way too long.
Yeah, but it's to each his own.
Yeah. I guess you got
Because they got 2 kids, and she was willing. She's like, I'm not letting this go.
Right.
She's like, no woman is gonna get what like the work that I put in.
Yeah, I
So she
guess.
wasn't letting him go. She
Nah,
was.
I don't have the time or the energy.
She was gonna stick it out, even if he didn't. If he did never propose to her, so she is not a good case.
like Chrissy
At all.
and Jim Jones.
yeah,
She
yeah,
just settling for the life.
just the life.
Now I wonder, so if it was like we started dating at like 17 and it's been 10 years and now we're 27 and we're adults, then it's like,
That's different,
okay, I get
right.
it.
Exactly.
But if we pushing 40, 37 and you still don't know what you want to do,
exactly. And that's exactly what I said on the post that I saw it on. I'm like, well, at this age, Yeah, 30 is 10 years is way too long. I'm 30 now. So you mean to tell me I gotta wait till I'm 40?
Right.
I gotta deal with you for my whole 30s?
And I'm trying to buy a house. I'm trying
Without
to do all this
Right.
now. Like,
yeah, no.
But for them, they're already living a married couple life. Like
That's
they
true.
have a
Yeah.
house together, they have kids together. Who knows? They probably have
So in that
joint.
case, it's
Yeah.
probably
So
not
for them,
that
she would have been okay just being his girlfriend forever.
but
What
what
about
if something
you?
happened to him and he
What about you?
dies? and
Life
then-
insurance if he had a policy.
That's true. And then what if something happened? He ain't leaving nothing to her.
And that's the thing people need to realize too with the whole marriage thing is like you don't have no rights to nothing unless you are, honestly.
This
So
is true.
You might as well get married. But Marci,
I just was about to say, what's your opinion?
you got a few, I'm not gonna put your age out there, but you got a little more experience on us. So how long is too long for you?
Well, I'm 40. I don't mind saying that.
I know that's right.
Okay, sis, take notes.
And I
Shirley.
gotta tell you, if
Shut up.
I've always been the believer that if you fall in love with somebody and they're gonna put a ring on it, it shouldn't take you that long.
Right.
It shouldn't take you that long at all. We meet each other, you decide that I'm the person that you want to be with. This engagement's gonna be 6 months and that's it.
Right.
That's it.
Because when you know, you know.
When you know,
Like,
you
just get it
know.
done.
And
When
if
you know, you know. And it's
if
like,
you
I
don't,
know, but I just want to
bye.
still be out here. Right. Like, who has
Exactly.
time?
Like I just can't see waste. Not to say that it's a waste, because I'm sure it hasn't been a waste. You get kids out of it. You've had great memories and
Trips
stuff.
and
But 10 years just to not for nothing to come out of it.
And I'm sure every year of those 10 years, she had to put up with some major BS.
Oh, I'm sure.
That's
I
what
have a
everybody was
feeling if
saying.
it
So
took
it's not
them
10 years
6
of bliss.
months,
Exactly.
she'd still be putting up with that.
Yeah.
If they waited that 6 months, she'd still be putting up with
yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And maybe him too, because remember what happened her first season on Love and Hip Hop.
Oh,
when she was
yeah.
like
And
that.
we remember why.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So-
And she got dragged.
She certainly did.
Right. Yeah.
So we'll see. It's too long for me though.
Yeah, to each his own. So if our future husbands listen to this, don't try it with us.
Don't even
Don't try
it.
it.
Don't even try it. I'm
Because
not
you'll
around.
get you tried it.
We
for
gonna
the
be talking
month.
about you on this episode.
Caution.
All right, so we're gonna get into our topic.
Okay.
Safe word, kinky time with Marci.
Yeah.
So Marci, tell us about yourself.
Okay, let's see.
Start with starters.
I am Marci. No, I'm just kidding. I am. Well, you guys already know my age. I'm 40, but I'm very much into things that are kinky. Things that I'm writing an erotic novel right now,
Yes.
and in writing the erotic novel, and I do a lot of reading of erotic novels while writing, and I've read some things that made 50 Shades of Grey look like Sesame Street. And these authors are living what they call a lifestyle.
Mhm.
And I've looked into it and I find it very intriguing. While some people may judge or I'm not into that or whatever, like we say, to each its own.
Right.
It's really interesting. It's really interesting, the different this podcast right here, it could be 50 podcasts and we wouldn't even halfway cover it.
Right.
We wouldn't halfway cover it, but there's a lot out there to know when to expose yourself to. And right now, I'm in the process of getting to know a little bit and exposing and see where I may be able to fit in these little kinks or whatever. So I'm here to share that with you today.
Interesting. That's
Well, we're
awesome.
excited.
Yes, we are. You see us cheesing like do tell. So what made you get into the lifestyle or getting to want to know about it?
I think it's something that's always kind of been in me.
Of course.
We're born with
This week, yeah, I was born with this. This today or the other day, I actually posted a post of Vanity's Nasty Girl and the Mary Jane Girls in my house. Those two videos are two videos that I recognize me watching and thinking, wow, I want to be like those girls, or I think those girls are sexy. And, you know, it's that defining moment when you're a little girl and you're watching something and you say, that's sexy. And you're intrigued by it. So I think I've always kind of been intrigued of things of a sexual or frank nature. And in writing and, like I said, you know, kind of exposing myself to a little more, just kind of just picked it up, I guess.
That's interesting. And I wanted to touch on the fact of, so explain to us the meetups.
Oh, the meetups. Okay, so
The link up.
it's not really a
So, like, what are they?
meetup or a link up.
Okay.
And
secret
trying to
society.
prepare myself to, or just to find out more information about it, because I'm not in the lifestyle, not yet.
Oh, okay.
But in order to like get a little more information, I went to their meetups called Munches. They're called. I don't know why they're called Munches.
Right.
But it was
They
at a
munching on
bar.
something.
It was at
That's the first thing that popped in my head.
right.
it was at a bar right downtown. I went right after work. And these people are normal people.
Really?
You would never ever
guess it.
guess. There was a woman in there that looked like our grandmother. She looked
Really?
like the little old lady in church. Yes, she did. Like Shirley Chisholm. That's who she looked
Wow.
like.
Granny got to get
And
her groove on too.
I was like, this woman, when she walked in the bar, I'm like, oh, this woman's lost. Thinking that when she walked in the
Right.
bar, she was lost. When she went in that little side room that they meet up in and discuss, one of my friends that I drugged with me down there, because this was my first time at this meetup,
Yeah.
I was like, oh my God, she went in there. Shirley Chisholm went in there.
Shirley went
So when we
in
went in there, she's sitting at a table with two young white guys, like in their 20s, maybe 30s.
Okay.
And I'm like, well, I wonder what her kink is. And there's so many different types of kink. There's BDSM stands for bondage, discipline, dominatrix or domination. It could stand for slavery, but most times it's just submission.
Okay.
Sadism,
Mm-hmm.
which is getting off on another person's pain,
Mm-hmm.
and masochism, which is getting
Jesus.
off on your own pain.
Okay.
So that's where that S&M comes from.
Okay. All
Okay.
right.
So it could be any of those, and then in that there's also fetishes as well.
Right.
So I'm just wondering, what is this lady's kink? I'm gonna go again. I only went that one time,
Yeah.
but I'm gonna go again just to find Shirley, so I can ask
Now,
her.
was Shirley black?
Shirley was black.
Okay. All right.
So
So
was it a good mixture of black and white people, or was it like more white than black? Or
At this particular event, there were black people there. There were some Hispanics there, but it was the majority of it. The majority of the people there were white.
mm-hmm.
yeah,
Mhm.
because that's what I was gonna ask or talk about, how in the black community is looked at kind of negatively. Like, what? I ain't doing that.
Yeah, I think in mainstream it's looked as, I'm not doing that, but I gotta tell you,
The
A
underground.
lot of people doing it.
yes, and there's a lot of brothers doing it, and
I'm
there's a lot
sure.
of sisters doing it.
I'm sure.
Okay.
So, yeah.
I don't think I've actually ever heard of it besides, the movie and someone trying to proposition me once.
Oh yeah.
Really?
Explain
Yeah.
it.
That's
Explain
nice.
it, Jen.
Sounds like a
That's
good time.
I someone
remember
left
that.
a note on my car and was like, I seen you going into the store.
That's some
Text
creepy
me. And the girls was like, and I always have to tell the girls, they're like, text them. So
We're like, that's so cute. Oh my God, he got a pen and paper.
right. Oh, and it was a bank paper. Like,
He got statements. Right.
So I text him, and then later in the conversation, he was like trying to get it out what he was into, and he was like, are you into stuff? And I'm like, what?
Right.
And finally he came out like he was a part of, well, I don't know if he was like I'm guessing dominant or whatever. And he was like, do you want to try it? And I was like, here's my number.
Right. But was he white? Do we find out
Yes,
if he was
he
white
was
or
Italian.
black?
Italian or something
Mhm.
like that? Yeah.
I gotta tell you,
I remember that.
as much as I'm like to each zone, as a black woman, I don't think that I could do the slavery
Mhm.
submissive part.
Right, because there's white
That I
men
don't
that
know.
want you to be the master,
Right.
like literally, like
Mhm.
legit, like
Just
slavery.
replaying slavery.
Right.
Yeah.
So we took the little test,
Oh,
right?
yes.
So for submissive, I got 47%.
Let me look and see what I got.
Look at that.
But I'm 98% switch.
Okay, so
so
you
what's
do know
that?
what that means, right?
I'm gonna read it. It says switches like to switch. Always taking a dominant or top position is not for them. Neither is always taking a submissive or bottom position. Some prefer to switch with the same partner or partners. Others have a dominant play partner and a submissive play partner, but in either case, they do not fit on one end of the spectrum. And I think that's pretty accurate.
I'm 99% switch.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty accurate. I could do a little
Let me
both.
see what I got for switch. I got 48%.
What was
What did
your
you get for
highest
dominant?
percent?
My highest was vanilla, and then I got 52% of experimentalist.
Yeah.
Oh.
I'm 73% vanilla and 41% experimental.
I'm
So
actually
50%.
88% vanilla.
So what is vanilla? Tell us what vanilla is.
Vanilla is like
Just regular
what
sex?
the people in that lifestyle call or think of as regular sex, conventional sex.
Dang, we basic.
So anything,
Basically.
so anything that doesn't involve any type of kink, they feel is vanilla. Like vanilla ice cream is kind of like bland. I like
But that's
vanilla
my
ice
favorite.
cream, though.
I mean, that's not my favorite. But
This
I
is
like
what
vanilla
I
ice
say
cream.
about the whole vanilla thing. It's all the toppings you put on it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Ooh,
All
That's
Vanilla's
good.
like
It's
the
all
base.
the toppings
That's
you
good.
put on it. That's it. It's the base. That's it.
That's cool. So what's non-monogamous? Oh, you just don't want to. You want to do it with any and everybody.
Yeah.
When you're married, when you're not married,
Basically.
when
I
you're in a
got
relationship or not.
15%.
Another thing is poly. Well, it's not on
Non-monogamous.
here, but non-monogamous. I guess
I
it's
got
the same
5.
as what they call polyamorous
Okay.
or polyandry or whatever. And that's people who don't believe that you're just gonna fall in love or being committed with one person, and they have these like triads and these relationships.
It's like a
Yeah.
tribe.
I gotta tell you, if you have Showtime, I think there is a show you have to watch called Polyamorous, and it
I think I
is
heard of that.
about people getting together, and it's not like sister wives. It's like these couples that really live together and they coexist as like
Swingers?
a whole relationship. Little more than swingers because
Okay.
they're all in love with each other.
Oh, okay.
It's a little
Wow.
strange,
Yeah,
but
that
like I said,
can't.
to each his
I don't
own.
like to share. So yeah, I got 5% for that.
Yeah,
I'm not
that's
around.
pretty- yeah.
I got 15%, but y'all know all this is not accurate on me.
So can you explain to us what a rope bunny is? Because I got 29%
I
for
think
that.
a rope bunny is somebody that likes to
Just
Be
like
tied
tied
likes
up.
to
and
be
restrained.
tied up. No, I think
Chain.
when they say tie up, like that hentai, that it's not hentai. What is it called? The that art of tying them up and maybe like
yeah.
suspending
So I
them.
seen a video. It was a white woman and an older white woman, and she does like the tie-ups, but it was like different knots. And then like when she released the knot, she said she can feel the rope rubbing against her skin, and like she orgasmed with this other old white woman because she was tying her up and yanking the ties at different angles. And yeah, I did see that.
I think that's what it all is about, sensation. Like,
right. Ooh. I felt that.
and that's why you got what you got. Rope
Right,
bunny.
right, exactly. So I definitely got 0 for degrader because the
Same.
questions were like, I want him to talk to me negatively.
I told ya.
I want him to spit on me and tell me to shut the fuck up.
I told you they were a little
Like
different.
I don't know. In the middle, I'll be like, nigga, who the fuck you talking?
Exactly, like you're totally out of the mood.
So I don't know. What'd you get for that?
Oh, I'm in the low for that.
Oh, okay.
Degrader, I got 4%.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's a bit too much for me. I don't know if it's because we're black women and it's like, nigga, you
Like,
ain't,
you're not talking
you
to
ain't
us,
talking to
so
me any
much.
kind of way. Yeah.
Strong-willed.
That's
Yeah.
slave, pet, master, mistress,
Mhm.
degrader, sadist, age player. All of those are like at the bottom. So I think that does have to do
Yeah,
with the fact
same,
of our
yeah.
ancestors.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's just like, you going to respect me. It's bad enough we get disrespected on a regular basis. So do you think that this lifestyle affects your relationships, or have you been in a relationship and had to explain to somebody, look, I'm into this, so what's good?
No, because I think I'm pretty open about it. So
When
right
they approach
now,
you, they already know.
right now, yes, they already know. But right now, I'm like, I'm single. So it's just like I'm
is. What you
single
want.
and I'm 40 and I'm exploring.
I
there you
respect
go.
it.
Exploration
So
is
what
for
if you
any
met
age.
someone and they weren't really happy about this lifestyle?
But they wanted to be with you.
Yeah.
Oh, if I met somebody who was worth it, this is nothing. We could
Oh,
practice
that's
this.
true.
It's not. This is just something to spice up things.
Okay.
It's not necessarily going out there
Okay.
and meeting different people. And even these relationships that these people have,
Mhm.
sometimes they just have them with each other.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, they might like I
Like you
met
and your
a
partner
lady-
might be like, oh, let's go to this meeting and see how it is.
Well, when I went to the munch, I met a lady, and she's like, "Oh, that's my master over there." Her master is her actual boyfriend. She had a collar on and everything, and her master was her man. So, I mean, it could be something like when they go to work, you would never know, but when they go home,
It's
she
on and popping.
drops on her. She drops on all fours and she crawls to him.
Gotcha.
So you talked
Hmm.
about like if you met somebody who's worth it, giving it up. So that brings me to 50 Shades of Grey.
Mhm.
Did you see that?
Yes, I did.
So you know how
Read the books.
ultimately he ends up saying like I don't need this. Like I want you.
Yeah.
Right.
But my question is because I watch it and I'm like, damn, if I was Anna, I'm around.
I'll do that shit. First
know.
of all, I'm doing
On
that
the
shit
strength-
because the lifestyle.
Exactly. My thing, and that was the thing, on the strength of the lifestyle.
You ain't about to
So
be
if you were
broke
in that
and
situation
drop
and
and be
this
off to
guy,
work.
this wealthy guy is like, I'm about to take care of all, I just want to take care of you, but I want you to be my submissive, what would you do?
Oh,
might
I
have to
would
be
in a
them.
minute.
I
I would
absolutely
in a
agree.
minute.
Right. Like certain qualifications would make you be like, okay, I wouldn't be opposed. Because like you said, he was like dropping off gifts to her house.
Paying off
and-
the car and
Yeah.
just putting money in the bank account. Like, I'm
Yeah.
with
Being
it.
a man.
And that was right.
Honestly.
Exactly.
And all he
Yeah.
wanted was a little submission.
Right.
But it wasn't a little
It
because
wasn't a
when
little.
when she was like, do what you would do to me, and she like was crying, was like, leave me alone.
Because he spanked her too hard.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, he did.
He was aggressive in the beginning.
He was very aggressive.
But then he backed off
soft
and
on.
then she wanted it more
Yeah.
because she came around towards the end.
Yeah.
She was the one that was actually the dominant. Did you guys see all the movies?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So you saw the last one at the end where she's pregnant and
Mm-hmm.
she goes into the room
Yep.
and she's sitting there like this and he says something like she's in a pose and he says to her, Mrs. Gray, you're topping from the bottom, but I can get used to it.
Yep.
It's meaning she's
Wow.
being
She was
submissive, but
switching the
she's switching.
Oh, yeah.
Switching.
Switcher.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Which I think is cool when it's just the two of you. And like if you're doing, I think that's cool, the two of you. Like do what, like you said,
That's
do
cute.
whatever you need to do to spice up your relationship.
Mhm.
That's true.
That was
Plus, you might like it.
Exactly.
It's not
You
whatever
never,
do,
you never know
might
until you
love
try it.
You
And
might love
I'm
it.
yeah, that was one of the questions on the test. Like, are you a type of person that was always willing to try something at least once?
Right.
I'm
And
definitely
I
down with
answered absolutely agreeing. Like
And if the shit don't work,
if it's
we
not
can
gonna
both
kill
just
me, I'm
laugh.
around. I'm gonna try it.
Right. If
I'ma
it ain't
try
gonna
it.
kill me.
That was good to know because I'm sitting here thinking like, well, not sitting here thinking, but I've always thought it was like you find someone out there, like you go to the meetups, you find someone that's willing to do what you want to do, and then you do it, but not really thinking, oh, this can
It's
be
just in
something
your
with me and my
relationship.
spouse.
Yeah.
I have to tell you, when I went to that meetup, they were talking like you and I are talking now, not even this interesting. Some guy was helping another guy do his resume. And I was like, this is
Really?
it. I mean, they were just hanging out.
Right.
So it's just an opportunity, I guess, to just talk to people that are
like
like
them.
them.
Mhm.
I don't know. Like I said, you would walk into this place and you would never know that this is what they're meeting for unless you were on that particular website. And the
Mhm.
website I'm talking about is FetLife. It's like a fetish website, like Facebook for people who have fetishes.
Got you.
And you can meet people like yourself or those whoever has those fetishes on that website. And
So,
there's
like, if
all
you
kinds
like
of events
toes,
there.
You can find people, or it's a bit more intense than that.
It's, I mean, you know what? I went on a
Different
website
levels.
thinking that it was gonna be, I don't know, maybe something like a little like Facebook, maybe like a little kinky. And then when you have to describe yourself, there's all these drop down menus.
Okay.
I'm like, I don't even know what I am. Like, what is it?
What am I?
There's so many different categories to this fetish life or whatever. And in the midst of actually looking on this website, I ended up finding one of my coworkers on there.
Oh snap.
Yes.
Are you
With her
gonna mention
picture?
it to them?
Right.
I'm not going to mention it to them. They have a very lucrative career on there.
Oh,
I'm just
wow.
going to say that.
Yeah.
So is it a career of like having sex and posting it, or just like meeting up with people?
It's like a toe type of thing.
Oh,
a what?
Toe type of fetish.
Toe
But
fetish.
she-
Okay.
Yeah.
is it
Okay.
a she or he?
I'm not going to say
Oh,
it.
okay.
I
Well,
mean-
they probably have nice feet.
I want to know if
They
it's a she or
do
he,
have
though.
nice feet. I saw it and I was shocked at first. I'm like, then I was like a little impressed. I was like, oh, hey now. Then I looked to see how long the website was up and I'm like, she's been doing this for
Oh, you such
five,
Oh,
6
wow.
years.
Oh wow.
Well, you know, no guys
She making
are with
money?
their feet. I think she might be.
She.
I've seen guys with nice
I
feet.
think she might be.
Hey,
You know,
sounds good to me.
selling
Hey,
dirty
well.
socks to people.
Because that's something that's doable.
Right. I
That's
was-
simple.
Like
I was
watching
listening
somebody
to
take their
Horrible
socks off.
Decision. They was talking about that, how it could be to that, like somebody just might get off on your dirty socks.
Yeah.
Wow.
Your smelly socks.
Yeah.
Fresh from the gym socks or socks that you had on all day at work.
It's just like mukbangs. Like people legit sit and watch people eat.
Yeah.
And at first I was like, these are stupid. And I digged myself in a rabbit hole on Instagram. I think it was like one. And then I watched another. I'm like, why
You
am
just
I-
watching
why
people
am I watching
eat?
it? It was like king crab and like lobster.
That
And it was like,
lady
Oh yeah.
eating all that.
yeah. I was like,
She's
with
like,
the butter.
but if you didn't
But people
see her,
legit, like she be having like 1.5 million views on YouTube.
People just,
Yeah.
it's crazy.
Watching her
It's
eat.
crazy.
It's the dumbest thing ever.
I think it's the sounds though. People are getting off on.
It's true, because even like I've seen another lady, like she'll eat pickles or she'll take her nails and like type with her nails. Like we might be weird people, weird humans.
Do you
You make
have
money.
any fetishes that you know of?
I was gonna ask.
Not really, unless well, I got voyeur. Voyeur is a voyeur. Got 88% voyeur. So I can't really say it's a fetish because I
45.
don't really get off on it like that. But I like to watch porn.
Okay.
And I like to watch porn, and I could watch porn like you get up in the morning and watch Good Morning America. Like, it's just
That's like your
nothing.
thing.
It's just like,
I got
What's this one about?
76% for that.
So you like to watch too? Yeah.
She said,
Yeah, I like to watch
because you can like learn tricks
Uh-huh.
and it's like,
It's
oh, look at she
interesting.
did that. But it gotta be like authentic. It can't be the really
hella fake.
played out. Because then I'm like, this shit is stupid.
I like the amateur porn. The amateur porn is like,
Because it's more natural.
It's more natural. It's more
Yeah.
real. I think I got into watching porn when I saw that Superhead video from years ago. Her and Mr. Marcus.
Yeah,
I was like,
I
she is
remember.
amazing.
that was back in the day. Shout out
That's
to her.
funny.
Where's she been at?
I know, right? I haven't heard of her in a minute.
But yeah, it's super common, this lifestyle. I was reading a little excerpt from a woman that I guess is gonna write a book about R. Kelly. And like in the beginning, she's like, I'm sorry if you think that I'm exposing you, da da da. So she basically was saying how she went and was having sex with him and she felt somebody behind her. And it was some guy that works with them. But she thought that he was gonna be, like they both were gonna be having sex with her. He was fucking R. Kelly in the ass while she was riding him.
Oh.
Yes, very explicit when I read it. And so I'm like, wow. She was like, and that was the first time I realized that he liked men too.
He might just like something in his ass.
That's true.
Pegging is what it's
But
called.
then that makes
Okay.
okay.
And that's when you just, even if it's like a toy.
Mm-hmm. And some men will have their women put on strap-ons and let them
Fuck from the back.
yeah,
they're
fuck
not
from the
gay.
back. Well, I mean, if a man's letting a woman do that, no, he just like the sensation of it in his ass. I don't think they are. I think
that's a
Now-
question a lot of people ask. Is like, but that makes you gay, and it's like, no, it doesn't. Like, I
Right.
just like what I like.
And
I
especially in
don't
the
know.
black community, whereas like in other communities, like, all right, you can explore your sexuality, whatever that may be. Like, there's no limits to, without any judgments. But in the Black community, like, they're like, you gay.
But that probably has a lot to do. We were talking about it earlier, like not talking about sex in the household.
Right. No, that's very true. Especially if you're a Christian household and you're not supposed to have sex until marriage. And even when you do have sex, it's like, who really tells their parents?
Right,
like,
exactly.
You know.
And you're not like really talking
like,
about like, you're not talking about like not necessarily details, but you're not talking about like, you know what, I'm interested in this or I like this. It's just like, I know that you're having sex because you guys are married or because you guys just had this baby out of wedlock. So obviously you had sex, but we're not really talking about it.
It's always don't get pregnant and don't catch nothing.
Right. That's it.
And that's basically
don't bring no babies home.
Right.
You know, don't bring her home if she can't use a comb.
Right.
What's
that? What is that? I've never heard that.
I've never heard that.
What is that? What does it mean?
As a Black mother say to their Black sons, don't bring her home if she can't use the comb.
But why can't she use a comb?
So,
because her head nappy?
Yeah.
No,
nappy headed
hoe?
white hair.
Okay, that's what I didn't want to say it, but that's what I was going to say. Like,
She got
basically,
white
don't
hair.
bring a white girl
That's
home.
horrible. She got white
Don't
hair.
bring her home if she can't use the comb.
Interesting. That's interesting.
Because, we want you to need a comb.
That's funny. So, thank you, Marci. That was very, very, very interesting.
You're welcome. Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. So, what are some websites if people are interested that they can go on to? I know you said FetLife.
Mainly FetLife. If you're that brave and you want to, set up a profile, whatever, and just look around FetLife. But I would say just, start from your little BDSM test here, and maybe just start Googling things. And and if you go to my Instagram, Soul Single Lady, for the whole month of October, which was National Kink Month, I put little slides and things on there. I tried to do every day, but every other day at least, put like a topic of kink up there. So just start with that. And you know what? Watch some porn because honestly, porn has a lot of different genres, and you could even look up some of these things.
After taking your test, you can say, okay, I got a high percentage of this. Let me
see if I
learn more about it. So the test website, guys, is bdsmtest.org. So bdsmtest.org.
Yes, y'all take it and let us know what you felt about your test. Maybe some of you will share on the live what you got, and see what you're interested in. So we appreciate it. Once again, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
We got your church announcements.
Our brunch is on tomorrow, December 2nd.
Our brunch would have passed by
the time you listen to this. Just know it's going to be
it
lit.
was a great time.
Right. But we have our Sequence and Sip. It's our second annual event. It'll be held on December 29th at Diesel's Lounge from 8 to 11. $30 includes hot hors d'oeuvres, top shelf, unlimited drinks for 3 hours, or your Douce, your Henny, your Patron, all the high-end stuff, complimentary champagne toast, and it's gonna be a good time.
Nice little pre-game into the new year.
Yes, absolutely.
So make sure you guys come out, get your sequence. Sequence is not mandatory, but we definitely would like to see you in it.
Just wait till you see my dress. That shit is popping.
We'll be live on Thursday. Stay tuned for the time.
Yep, and that's about it.
Yeah, make sure you guys just subscribe, follow, tell your friends.
Yep.
Tell your
Instagram,
friends, tell your family to
Twitter,
check out the Team Podcast.
YouTube, Facebook. You can't miss us. We're everywhere.
We're everywhere.
So,
and stay tuned because we got a lot of great things coming for you guys
I'm so souped
in 2019. So just know
the plans are in motion.
Just know
exactly.
You got a positive vibe for
you got a positive vibe for this week?
I just love how you're yourself. You're proud of what you want to explore. So basically, my positive vibe is just be yourself.
Yes.
Just be yourself.
If you like it, you like it.
Right. Don't let anybody tell you that's wrong or, shame you for what you're into. Just be yourself.
Sounds good. Well, guys, thank you for listening. Marci, thank you for coming.
Thank you.
And we will talk to y'all later.
Thank you so much.
Bye, guys.
Who came to make sweet love? Not me. Who came to kiss and love? Not me. Who came to beat it up? Rocky. And don't use those hands to put up that gate and stop me. When we fuck.